morning, lovely people. How are you doing today? I hope you're well. Welcome to the 1st of December. Oh, I'm so excited. Yeah, there's a rumour going around about me that I'm a grown-up. It's not true. I'm a kid. In a minute, we're going to have a little look. I can't wait. Oh my goodness. So funny. Yesterday morning, the 30th of November, I woke really early, way earlier than I normally do. I woke at 5 o'clock in the morning. It's a disgusting time of day. But I woke, I was wide awake, jumped out of bed, came dashing over to my calendar and thought, oh no, get the camera first, set up, because I said I was going to share the window opening with you. But it's really dark, really thick fog outside, and bearing in mind how dark the previous video had been, the thoughts on for month 43, I thought, no, I'll wait till it gets a bit lighter. Because also I know in that video there were some focusing issues towards the end, and I think the camera just struggles when the light is so low. So yeah, so yesterday I thought, no, wait a little while, wait till it gets light before I do my window opening. So in the meantime I thought, right, go on the computer, do a few bits and bobs at this silly o'clock time. I noticed on my computer in the bottom of the screen the date, 30th of November. I was like, no, I want to open my calendar now. I was good though, I waited. So yes, I should also just say before I open my window, thank you Joanne for this is a Christmas present, but she did say I should open it before Christmas and start making the most of it. Gorgeous new hoodie. Oh, I just whacked my eyeball. Oh, it's so snuggly and thick and wonderful. And what I really love, let me show you, is look how long the sleeves are. I never get things with sleeves this long. Oh, because my arms are like ape arms. My arms and legs belong to an ape. They're too long. So normally a sleeve on most things is like with my little wrist bones sticking out. Love it. And it's organic cotton. Brilliant. Thank you so much, Joanne. It is so warm and snuggly. I did say to her that I would, she said it was on its way, and I said, I'll be good, I'll wait till Christmas. But she did insist, open it now, make the most of it, now that it's getting chilly. Thank you. It's like a sort of a portable hug. It's brilliant. Okay, so I'm going to do the calendar in a second. How can I even be waiting? I am so excited. I haven't had an advent calendar for ages. I can't remember when the last one was. Hang on a sec, excuse me. So this arrived at the beginning of November and I was good. I put it away. But just for these last few days of November, I've had it sitting up there on the bureau, and it's a lovely splash of colour. And it's that sort of a thing, isn't it, in winter, both Christmas and winter, it's lovely to bring colour into our homes. We bring light into our homes with candles, greenery from outside. I've got all my sort of like little mini pumpkins here, or mini squash that I haven't started eating. I've been eating the bigger ones. So they're all sitting in a bowl down here. Lovely bits of colour. And I am starting to feel a bit Christmassy, which it's kind of odd for me because I'm not normally that Christmassy. I don't know, but this year I feel it. I do feel it. And I won't go over the top. I won't go overboard. I'm not going to be having any, I'm not going to be going mad buying food and drink and all that kind of stuff. I never do. Maybe what I'm feeling this year is hug rather than... Anyway, shut up, Vivi. Get opening now. I do know where window number 1 is because every time I've walked past my bureau into the kitchen, I've been having a spy, so it's up here. So without further ado, let's open window number 1. What does it say? Oh, okay, so it says, exchanging books as gifts on Christmas Eve is part of an Icelandic tradition called... Oh, how am I supposed to say this word? Jóla bókaflóð. Jóla bókaflóð. Or, translated, Christmas book flood. How wonderful is that? So if you're Icelandic, I don't know if I've got any Icelandic viewers. Do I have any Icelandic viewers? Are you there, Iceland? Enjoy your Christmas Eve book flood. Your Jóla bókaflóð. Love it. Brilliant. I thought it was going to be quotes from literary figures, but it looks like it's just going to be sort of little bits of trivia about books and Christmas. How perfect. How utterly perfect. Thank you so much, big sis. I love it. I think some of you bought these as well, didn't you, after I'd shown you? Fantastic. So, what I'm going to do now, briefly, just to say, I don't know whether I'm going to be able to do this every single day. We might see if we can. We'll see how it goes. But I'm going to quickly switch now to some video I made the other day. And that's how this little series of videos is going to be. I'm going to be opening a window, sharing that with you, and then doing something else. So the something else today is me getting my head around changing that blade on my rotary cutter, which, as I mentioned in that previous or two videos, is something I was quite trepidatious about. And, well, let's just say, I think this bit of footage is about 6 minutes long, which shows you that I didn't get it right first time. Anyway, let's learn together. Here is me changing the blade on my rotary cutter for the first time. Oh, fingers, fingers. Okay, so let's give this blade changing a go. The packaging all says that it's super duper simple. So this is, the make of this one is so easy. I'm sure a lot of you will have this one. I like it. It's got a little, I don't even want to show, sort of safety guard here, so that when it's not in use, the blade is covered, and actually it's kind of like, oh, it's handy, it can stand up. And then when you're using it, when you sort of turn it on, as it were, press that, it reveals the blade, and then you press that button and it sort of locks the cover open. So now that blade is showing, and I can use it. And then when I finished, flip it over, push the button back the other way, that releases the little blade cover. So it's covered again. Okay, so I kept my packaging because it's got the instructions on the back. It does look very simple, doesn't it? And the spare blade. This is the scary bit. I know, it's going to seem daft to people how scared I am about blades, but oh, is that, oh, I see, it's just a bit of packaging. I have to remember which way up it is. I'm going to bounce it just on the edge of my cutting mat for the minute, just so I can get underneath to pick it up. Okay, so then it says, place the blade in lock position. That's locked. See, now I can't squeeze it open. Place the blade in lock position. Remove the end nut and change blades. Oh, so there's a nut on this side. Cool. It's a bit stiff. Oh, there we go. So take the nut off. Whoopla. Nut. Oh, and there's a little washer. Sorry, there's a little tiny washer there. Let's have that off. Washer. Is that it? And do I... Oh, maybe I push. I'm going to give this a push here. There we go. Oh, I didn't look at the position that that was in. What position was it in? Was it like that? So, new blade. I don't like that bit. I don't like it. Don't like it. Pop that there. I can't remember how this was positioned on it. Look at the picture on the cover, Vivi. That's the thing. So that was positioned up there by the looks of it. Is there only one way it will go in? Is it coming through? Oh yeah, it's dead simple, it says. Why is that not going back in? Hang on a sec. Is it one of these where there's... Ah, I see. Right, it was... I don't know whether this is going to pick up, but just like my secateurs. Can you see the hole through the centre here? Where the... I'll show you without the blade. Oh, careful. In the back of this... Ah, it'll show up on the back. The hole for the nut, can you see? There's a straight edge there. That's what I have to line up the straight edge of the nut with. Oh, it's just picked up a load of dust. Oh, I guess the dust was inside. I should have given it a clean. Oh, that'll do. So, flat edge of the nut. How to make things complicated. Flat edge of the nut. What a faff. Is that the flat edge? Right, well that's definitely my flat edge. Ah, finally, yeah, it's just, I can feel it's just gone in a bit more snugly there. Right, well, you know what, yes, dead simple. Dead simple, but just line up your nut. Line up your nuts, you lot. And then, obviously I want this to go on, back on, fairly tight. Undo the lock. And there we go, new blade. With my old blade, I'm wondering whether it's worth trying to sharpen it. Can I be bothered? I don't know. Okay, so yes, there we go. The So Easy Rotary Cutter blade change is really very, very, very simple, even for someone who's terrified of sharps. Just make sure you get your nut lined up with that slightly sort of squared off flat bit on the back side. Done. Right, time to start cutting some fabric. So, as you saw, I did make it a little bit more faffy than it needed to be. But now that I know about that little flat bit on the bolt, next time I can probably do that job in a minute, maybe even less. Will I time myself? No, I'll just get on with it. But you know, I think it's worth sharing these things if I do something for the first time, because we all have those kind of moments, don't we, of doing something for the first time. And I'm perfectly happy for everybody else to learn from my fumbling and faffing. Yay! Oh, doesn't it look lovely back in place? And you know what? I'm so naughty. I've already looked to see where number 2 is. Well, we'll find that tomorrow. So yes, like I was saying, hopefully, you know, I might be able to bring you a little quickie like this each day, opening the advent calendar and just tagging a little bit of something else in, bits from the garden, bits from crafting, whatever I'm up to, maybe even a little bit of cooking, because there's something I want to try that I've never done before, and I've got the main ingredient in the garden, so we might do that. Oh, and just to say, this year, so for the last 3 years, I've done a sort of, like a review of the year in the garden. Last year it ended up being, I don't know, it was in 3 parts, I think, an hour each, because there was so much going on. And I think this year will be, it's quite possible it'll be even longer. It needs to be shortened. However, I don't think I'm going to be able to do that, bring that to you this side of Christmas. It had been my intention to. However, I just haven't had time. It's masses and masses, hours and hours and hours of footage to review. Because like I say, it's been a really, really busy year in the garden. Again, some really wonderful moments that, you know, I barely have to close my eyes and I can picture those moments all over again. So I would like to do it at some point, but it might have to wait until next year because it's a vast amount of work for basically no money. And at the moment, I hate talking about money, but it's like I was saying the other day, I need to do a bit of work that's paid at the moment, so sewing. But yeah, if I get my act together sometime into next year, then hopefully we can do that next year. But never mind about next year. Let's just have the fun of this last month of this year as we lead up to Christmas. And yeah, it's going to be a bit different this year probably, isn't it, for all of us. I hope, however, your sort of lead up to it is, I hope you can channel that inner child in you and have some excitement and, excuse me, some, you know, joy of, yeah, the looking forward to, the anticipation. Just enjoying this time of year when it's a great excuse, isn't it, to really hunker down, enjoy your indoor time, do your crafting, make gifts, cook beautiful things to share with friends. However you're going to do it, I hope you will join me here maybe most days to open a window each day with me. I'd love that. So until the next window, please look after yourselves, look after each other, look after all your gorgeous little furry friends. Oh, and have fun whatever you're up to with your preparations. I'll see you again really soon, I hope. Until then, bye for now.